Hello. So we're running into a problem, and that is I have this headset. This is my only microphone, but my Indiana Jones hat absolutely does not fit over top of it. So it's like balancing on the on the edge of a knife. I don't know what to do about that. Anyways, welcome to the stream, everybody. I am excited. It's been a long time coming, but we are finally getting into the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC, which I have been jonesing for since it came out. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, I've got my Nazi punching shirt on. Indiana Jones taking care of some biz. First of all, I will say I am no Good Mythical Morning, right? I am no Markiplier. I am not one of these big influencer, streamer, whatevers. I know that, you know, if you are a gaming channel, and that is what people associate with you with, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, or if you are just kind of like a variety show, something like along the lines of GMM, they're very cognizant of like, this is our content, this is our focus, this is the kind of this sphere is where we're going to stick to, and we're not going to really spread our wings past that. What I mean by that is, like, I know that Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning have talked about religion. They have talked about politics, but that's on Ear Biscuits. That's on their podcast, sadly, which is on hiatus now. But you know, they keep that separate from GMM. Like, GMM is its own thing. They're not going to talk about anything super controversial on it. I don't have those same kinds of scruples or cares or worries. I know a lot of people, well, let me rephrase that. Not a lot of people watch this channel. Let's just put that out there. This is not a popular channel. But I would say, of the people that watch this channel, probably not many of them, if any of them, watch it to hear me rant about politics. But I'm gonna take this opportunity, as I wear my t-shirt of Indiana Jones punching Elon Musk in the face. Things are getting crazy right now. If you're watching from the States, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not watching from the States, A, I don't know how you ended up here, but B, you know, watch the news. Things are crazy here. The murder of Renee Good up in Minneapolis, ICE going door to door. It is crazy. It is a grade A dumpster fire right now. Like, people who watch gaming channels, right? Overwhelmingly, they are there for a vibe, right? They see what's going on, they see the news, and it's like, I need to separate myself from that. I'm gonna watch something where I can just kind of vibe out, right? For a lot of people who they watch on Twitch, that's like their calming, that's like bringing them down off the edge. Like, that's they're watching that to forget the troubles, not to kind of be reminded of. And I get that. I can't do that. It's not that I don't want to. I would much rather be living in an era where all of this is not happening, right? Like, I would love a functional government. I would love our cities not being overrun by a modern day Gestapo. That would be thrilling. I would be delighted. But it is what it is. We're living in the time that we're living, and these things are happening. I think the most important thing for people that don't agree with this, for people that understand that what's going on is wrong, for people that are watching and seeing what's going on and realizing, like, something's horribly broken in this country right now. I realize that I'm saying this from a largely privileged position. I am male. I am white. I am a Christian. I am financially stable for the time being, at least. I have family that are supportive. Like I've got a support system. I've got, if I need to, I can move to Canada. Like if that is something that that needs to occur, that can be arranged because of my dual citizenship. So I realize like I'm a super privileged, saying all this. I get that. But I think one of the most important things that we can do right now, like the people that are out there with the whistles, absolutely keep doing what you're doing. The people that are out there filming what's going on, documenting, keep doing what you're doing, right? This is all going in the historical record. And I made a video on my YouTube channel, which was like the first in forever, talking about what it was like to attend the No Kings protests. And I mention it there, but it's like growing up, learning in high school, learning about like the Vietnam War, right? And learning about the protesters, learning about things like Kent State, the Kent State shooting, learning about things like the Tulsa race riots, learning about things like all of these things. For the people that were going through them, that wasn't history. That was their life, what they had to deal with. That was them getting through another day. For us, the idea that we are currently living what is certainly going to be in history books, however long from now, whether for good or for ill, but to realize that we are living history right now, and the actions that we take right now will have ripple effects going forward. And I know for myself, there have been many days where I've read the news. There have been many days when I've looked online, looked at Reddit, looked at Facebook, and just seen kind of what's going on. It's so easy to get disheartened, right? Because we all of us experienced what the world used to be like. And it wasn't perfect, but it certainly wasn't this. It's easy to see what the administration's doing. It's easy to see what they're tearing down. It's easy to see what they're destroying. It's easy to see all of the abuses that are going on and get so incredibly disheartened that you lose hope. And I think the most important thing that we can do right now is not to lose hope. Out of everything, that's the one thing that we need to keep alive. Because once we lose hope, we lose the will to fight. Once we lose hope, we lose the will to dream of a future that can be better. As far as it goes for me, I'm not sure how many of you have seen this. There was an animated Batman film called Under the Red Hood. At the end, I'm going to be talking about some Batman spoilers here. We find out that the person who is under the Red Hood is actually Robin. Like the whole movie the Red Hood's effectively been a vigilante, like just killing crime bosses and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And finally, Batman confronts him. They have this final fight, and they're in like an apartment block. And Robin says essentially like, all of the good that you've done for this city, justice, whatever, focused as you think you are. And then he kicks open a closet door and he's got Joker tied up in there. He's like, why did you let this guy live? Like, after everything the Joker's done, all the people he's killed, all the destruction, he's like, why did you let this guy live? Why do I have to be the one that has to kill the Joker because you never would? And there's something that Batman says in that scene. Robin tosses him a gun and says, do it. Essentially, if you care about justice, kill the Joker. If you ever cared about justice at all, you would do this. And there's something that Batman said, and it's always stuck with me. He's like, it's not that it would have been hard to kill the Joker for everything that he's done. It's that it would have been too damn easy. But I know that if I did that, like if that's the kind of thing that I start doing, I'm never coming back from that. Once I cross that line, I'm over it forever. There are lines that you can't come back from. And I think for us, at least for myself, I am a raging optimist. People who know me are aware of this. I'm a raging idealist. People who know me are also aware of this. And looking around at all of the hurt, looking around at all of the pain, looking around at all of the abuse, looking around at just simply all of the evil that's going on in the world today, it's not that it would be hard to lose hope. It's that it would be too damn easy. But I know if I cross that line, I'm not going to be able to come back. I know that once you lose hope, it's almost impossible to get it back. And so I feel for myself, one of the things at least that I can do, and again, I say this from a place of privilege, and I'm aware of that. One thing that I can do, if anything, is be a source of hope for people that don't have any left. Be a source of hope for people that need something to hang on to, something to grab onto. I've had a starting to tear up here. I have some friends that I know. I have some gay friends. I have some trans friends. And they have said, we have gotten death threats. And my heart breaks for that. You've got people that are just trying to live their lives, right? It's not about even fighting evil at that point. It's merely about surviving for some people. If you're putting all of your effort into just like surviving, you don't have a lot of energy left to do much else. And so, if I can fight that fight on their behalf, I'm happy to, because I've got kind of the spoons for that when they don't have any left. I have a number of other friends that have said, I can't, even my wife is like, I can't watch the news. Like, I can't, I don't have the capacity to deal with what's kind of going on right now. And for me, it's a matter of like, okay, I'll do that when you can't. I'll keep my ear to the ground. I'll keep abreast of what is going on so that you have the energy to kind of get through your day. And I feel like, if there are others out there that have privilege, if there are others out there that have the extra spoons, you know, if there was ever a time when we needed as community to say to people that don't have any spoons left, listen, I've got extra. Let me help. Let me bring you a smile when you don't have anything to smile about. Let me be your hope when you don't have any hope anymore. I am certainly not trying to prop myself up as like a messiah figure. You know, I'll be your savior. That's not what I mean. I'm just frankly talking about essentially the definition of what it means to be a friend to somebody. That is a thing that a friend would do. Help them when they can't. Again, I'm sure that a lot of people are not here to watch me rant about politics. But I feel like this is, if there was ever a time when people needed to be speaking up, people needed to be hanging on to hope, this is it. I don't know what things are going to look like. You know, it is 2026 now. We've got midterms coming up. Are we going to have them? I don't know. Are we going to invade Greenland? I don't know. Are we going to invade Canada? I don't know. There's a lot going on that it's very easy to be worried about. There's a lot going on that is very easy to kind of dive into despair and make that your home. But I'd just like to encourage people that there are people out there that care about you. There are people that are actively trying to give you a better home than your despair. Of course, the Christian upbringing, whatever, but I don't even know where the verse is, but there's a verse that says, don't overcome evil with evil, but overcome evil with good. And whether you're a Christian or not, I think that's something that just we need to do. We're not going to overcome the hate of this administration. We're not going to overcome the hate of ICE. We're not going to overcome, the hate of racists and sexists and, homophobic, transphobic people, except by taking care of each other, keeping each other safe, looking out for each other. I suppose that's my spiel for tonight before I start punching Nazis in the face, because, man, that'll feel so good. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna get into the Indiana Jones DLC now.